follows. We're doing quite a late night stream, which is not usual, but we've had an extremely long day today. We're currently in Lopburi, which is also known as Monkey City. So if you haven't joined this afternoon part of the stream, I highly recommend you go back into the VOD and watch us explore this city that we're currently leaving. It's Monkey City, exactly what you think and why it's called that. It's a city that's overruled by monkeys. There's like just one section in the center of the city that is just ruled by 2 clans of monkey families, and the entire street and everything is overrun with monkeys. And there's this old ancient temple that is now called Monkey Temple, and it sounds like a video game, and it seriously was like IRL video game where we went into the temple, like in the ruins of this like 900-year-old temple. So it's just ancient ruins, but it's overruled by monkeys. And so we were exploring the ruins and trying to like fight off the monkeys who were like curious and trying to like come to us. So it was really fun. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of interesting clips from today as well. And then there was like the feeding. We were lucky enough to see the feeding moment because the locals feed the monkeys here. I guess it's kind of a mutual beneficial relationship to allow for the locals to allow the monkeys to live here and to be fed. They won't go rowdy and crazy and break into the grocery store or like rampage the night markets. So that's good. So if they're kept fed, they'll be not so aggressive about stealing food from the humans. And it seems like there's a mutual agreement, like the monkeys stay over there and then the night market stays there, and the monkeys don't necessarily come into the night market, so there's no like problem. And also it kind of attracts the tourists, so it's a very mutual beneficial relationship, you know, to allow the monkeys to stay and live in the temple, make it a tourist attraction to bring money for the locals, and therefore they feed them. It's kind of, yeah, it's really interesting. Very interesting dynamic, very unique to the city. So we saw that, we went and visited, and it was temple run IRL, like proper Lara Croft stuff, and really cool. So that was our afternoon, and we're catching the night train now, the sleeper train that will take us all the way up to Chiang Mai. It's a 10-hour train ride, so we're only going to arrive in Chiang Mai tomorrow morning at 8:15 a.m. Obviously not going to be streaming the whole trip, but the idea is that we're going to wait for the train to arrive. We're going to bring you onto the train. You'll see what the local night train looks like, what our bunk beds look like, how it's like to get on the local train and how the vibe is. And then maybe after an hour just riding the train and being in our bunk bed with you guys, I'll end the stream. Tomorrow is a Thursday, so it's a day off, which means even if I don't get a good enough sleep on the train tonight, I'll be able to catch up on rest tomorrow. And then Friday will be our first stream in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is the largest city in the north of Thailand. It has the most temples within a single proximity. There's also the old town there with the old ruins of the like fortress of the old city, and then the city like expanded outside, like the modern day city expands outside of it. And then there's the mountains, there's the Golden Triangle. We're also going to move into Pai in a few days, which is like a tiny mountain village full of hippies. So we're going to go visit the hippie village in the north in the next couple of days too. So we've got some pretty awesome backpacking trip days coming up still. We still have a few days left of our north trip, backpacking trip. And then once all that is finished, we'll race back to Bangkok, do laundry, repack our bags, and then backpack south. So that's kind of the upcoming itinerary for the travels on this channel. And so yeah, if you're new here, drop a follow so you don't miss out on any of the adventure. This is a full-time travel channel. This is our lifestyle. This is not for the sake of stream. It's the way we live, and we just love sharing our travels and our knowledge of travel and our love for travel with you guys on stream. So this is our real life, and we're taking you along with it. And we've been streaming our lifestyle for 5 years. Gaspar, who's my partner, he's currently streaming on this French channel that's associated with this one. He's over there. We've been streaming and traveling together for 5 years. We've been a couple traveling for 6 years together. And before we met and started streaming, we were traveling separately for a long time as well. So we are like professional travelers, veterans. We know how to do it properly, and now we've been streaming it for 5 years, so we're professional travel streamers now too, I guess you could say. I think we're one of the best at it, and we're pretty innovative, if I do say so myself. We were actually just talking about sailing. We do a lot of sailing on the channel too. We're the only sailors on Twitch, if I believe. We're the only sailors on Twitch. We live stream our sailing. We live stream our scuba diving. That was our initial professional path before streaming. So we're professional scuba instructors. That's actually how we met in Indonesia a few years ago. Jade!
All 96 generously handed you €9 and 98 cents. I'm sorry I haven't been around a lot, but enjoy your trip.
Thank you
for always being my comfort. When things were bad, I could always rely on this team. Have a lovely and safe trip. Don't forget how amazing you are and how much you impact people's lives.
Jade, I'm so glad to know you're still here. It's always lovely to see you, and it's always a pleasure to have you. I love having you with me on my adventures, so it's really nice to see you today. It's always so great to see your name in the chat. Thank you so much for your lovely donation. It means a lot. Thank you so much for your lovely message. And that donation supports the travels, so I thank you so much for that. It really means a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. After Thailand, where will we go? Ooh, we've got lots of ideas. We don't necessarily